Hello everybody, welcome back to another vlog. It is a Thursday morning and I'm just getting ready for a full day of filming. I have a lot of stuff to catch up on, so I thought that I would take you along with me today, and maybe today we could do a little bit of like an impromptu Q&A catch up. I haven't done that in a while. I try to do that every like few months on this channel just to, you know, keep everybody updated with what I feel like sharing. So I actually haven't even posted it to Instagram stories yet, so I should probably do that. And then we'll just answer some questions as they roll in and as I move throughout my day. You know, just very casual, very chill. Hopefully you have like some laundry to fold, or you're on your lunch break or something like that, and we can just like hang out and just have a little chit chat together. So first things first, I'm gonna set you on my little shelf here that you barely fit on. I always have to move things. All right, first things first, I'm gonna post on my Instagram stories and we will see what you guys want to know. Okay, let's do a little catch up Q&A for my vlog channel. Perfect. Ask me anything. All right, there we have it. We're gonna see what people want to know. But in the meantime, I'm just finishing up with my makeup. I'm gonna go downstairs, make some breakfast, then come back upstairs, do my hair, and then begin my filming. I am doing, I think, a pretty good job like staying ahead with my content this year, but it is just a lot of like thinking ahead and always kind of being like 12 steps ahead. But I think I'm actually doing okay. I'm gonna struggle through this because I always have a hard time doing this and talking. Okay. Do you ever do your winged eyeliner and you're like, okay, so it's gonna be a very thick wing today. Cool, got it. Like the liner sets the tone for you. Okay, one eye done. Let's see if anyone sent a question. It's been up for like a minute, but let's just see. Oh my God, people have already sent questions. It's been like a minute and a half. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions. That's crazy. Okay, we're gonna answer them all quick fire. First one, how are you really? Thank you for asking. That's really, really kind. I always think it's so sweet when people ask, like, how are you really? Like, how are you actually doing? I love asking my friends the same question. And if I were being diplomatic, I'd be like, oh, I'm good. You know, things are always up and down in life, but whatever. But if I was telling you, really, I'm spiraling. Are we not all spiraling? Like with the state of our country and the world, like things are not great. But I also am trying really, really hard to like find the joy wherever I can, because I saw someone say that joy is an act of resistance. I think I've talked about that, and I'm fighting tooth and nail to make that happen. I would say that I'm just surviving and not thriving, because I'm just trying to keep it pushing and do the best I can, you know? I think all of us are, but every day it just feels like, you know, the next most horrible, vile thing you've ever seen comes out of Washington and you're just like, sorry, what? Just like pure evil. So yeah, in a nutshell, that's how I'm doing, you know? I've been better, but I've also been worse. But someone responded to one of my Instagram reels where I was like jokingly running away and like reconnecting with nature after January 2025, because what the f was that? And someone replied, no, literally, why was January like 4 2020s long? And I was like, oh my God, you're so right. The horrors persist. Anyways, moving on. Someone said, thoughts on the Grammys? I actually really liked the Grammys this year. And this vlog is gonna go up way past when I uploaded my vlog watching the Grammys, but I thought the performances were really good. I liked the diversity that they're adding to the Recording Academy. I think that's great. I think that's notable. I loved that Beyonce won Best Country Album. I just think that's incredible. I loved seeing Doechie's performance and her win, and her Grammys acceptance speech was amazing. Chapel's speech was amazing. Her performance was incredible. I just loved it all. I loved it all. It was a great time. Upcoming vacations / trips. Literally, I don't think any. Oh, actually, we're going to Oregon at the end of April because our friends are getting married. So we're going to a wedding there, but we're only gonna be there for like a couple of days. And then I think that's pretty much it. Like, we don't have any other trips planned. And I feel like this year is gonna be much more of like a chill, settle, stabilized type of year than like a travel year, but we'll see. Okay, pretty much done with the makeup, and now we will head downstairs and make some breakfast and then come back up again. I would usually like finish getting ready, do my hair and stuff, and then go down and eat breakfast, but I'm hungry, so we're going. Next question is, any good books lately? Yes, actually, the last book that I read was really good. I talked about it in the last vlog though, so other than that, I read The Boyfriend this year by Frida McFadden, and I really enjoyed it. Like, I was actually like satisfied with it. I kind of saw one of the twists coming, but like, it was really good. And some of the books that I read, I'm very critical. Some of the books I read, I'm like, really? I wouldn't have done that or whatever. But I really enjoyed that one. And then in case you missed the last vlog, I finished The Night She Disappeared by Lisa Jewell, and I really, really like her books. I am very much in my like thriller, I don't know, mystery kind of book era. And then I just started The Crash by Frida McFadden. That only just came out like last week or something like that. And I had pre-ordered it. And so I just figured I would read that one next. And then I'm gonna go back into like my romance kind of vibe, just so it's not like too heavy. Because sometimes I am falling asleep and then I have nightmares about what I've read. So, you know, don't love that. Also, hyperfixation breakfast at the moment. Oikos. Greek yogurt is really good with this Love Crunch strawberry chocolate granola. Amazing. And then I typically use almond butter. I don't have any at the moment, so I guess I'm gonna use peanut butter, but since having COVID in 2021, peanut butter still tastes kind of off to me. It's like a very weird thing. And also I'm particular about what I use peanut butter for, but we're gonna try it. So I just want a little bit of extra oomph to it, you know, and then strawberries. Next question says, what's something you want to talk about that no one ever asks / brings up? And I'm like sitting here stumped, like, what is something that I want to talk about? Like, I don't think there's like a life topic or anything that I particularly want to talk about that I'm like, I wish someone would ask me. But if you want to know something that I talk about a lot and research a lot and am like obsessed with, it's like my, if I have too many drinks at a party, I'm like in the corner talking about this to someone or anyone who will listen, and that is North Sentinel Island. I am so fascinated by the fact that there is there's not many like uncolonized bits of land left in the world. I once again got so excited about a topic that I started talking about it and left out an explanation. But if you haven't heard of it, North Sentinel Island is in a chain of islands called the Andaman Islands, which is technically it belongs to India. And it's an untouched, uncolonized land. It's an island that contains a tribe of indigenous people who don't make contact with the outside world. Very rarely has there been contact made, but they just want to be left the hell alone. And yeah, they do not live with contact from the outside world. And so their land is protected. It's illegal to go there. People do try to go there, which I talk about. But it's basically an untouched, protected island that exists in the world. If you haven't researched about it, oh my God, to me, it's the most fascinating thing in the entire world. I just have so much respect for the people and the fact that they just want to be left alone. They're like, do not come over here. We will shoot you with a bow and arrow and we'll kill you. And it's happened many times. People have tried to make contact. I think the last successful contact that someone made was like in the early 90s. But since then, anyone who's tried to go, you know? So I really, really love learning as much as I can about it. There's obviously not much out there because, yeah, they don't want contact. And it's just, I deeply respect that. There was actually an American missionary who tried to go there. It didn't go well for him, and it was just it speaks volumes to a lot of things that I won't talk about, but if we were like sitting and having a glass of wine, I would talk more about it. Just kidding, I'm not done. There was an American missionary who back in 2018 became obsessed with North Sentinel Island and made it his life's mission to go to this island and preach to them about Christianity. And he went over to India and he paid these fishermen to take them within a vicinity of the island. They were then obviously shot at
And so they went back to like their base camp, and he was writing all of this in his journal. It's all online. And then, said, if I go back the next day and, they don't want to hear it and something happens to me, like it's God's will or whatever it was. And like, I know that I can change their lives by teaching them about Jesus Christ. And anyways, that didn't go very well for him. I believe the fisherman who brought him on this illegal mission did see his body being buried on the beach. So there you have it.
But yeah, I am truly, like, any bit of information and like the very limited photos and videos that there are of the North Sentinelese people just blow my mind. It's like, it's just something I want to talk about all the time and I want to know more about, but I also deeply respect that we aren't gonna know a lot about it. I don't know, to me it's just like the most fascinating thing ever. All right, let's answer a few more. With the LA fires, are you guys still wanting to move back or are you adjusting your goal? We are moving back to Southern California, but I do not think we are gonna move back to Los Angeles. It's just not the right time. And also just what we're looking for has shifted a little bit. Like we would like just like a few more amenities, and those things are harder to find in LA. And not to say that we wouldn't ever live back in LA again, we probably will, but just right now it doesn't feel like the right time. And yeah, we just want to be a little bit further out, have a little bit more space, and also just have things like perhaps a garage, a washer and dryer, air conditioning, things like that that are just a little bit harder to find. And also just like leave space for people in LA who are looking to, relocate due to the fires. But yeah, we love LA so much. I also think there's just a very tiny part of us that are trying to move forward in life. And I think something that I tend to do is I will get out of a situation and then I'll romanticize it, like a living situation or whatever, and I'll be like, oh no, we should go back to like our exact old neighborhood and basically pick up our lives where they left off instead of just like moving forward and starting a new chapter. So that's what we're gonna try to do, is just start a new chapter and still be obviously very close to LA, but just a little bit further out. How has it been going with your nutritionist? We actually have our next follow-up, like, I don't remember when, in like a week or so. And so far so good. I mean, I think what I need out of a nutritionist is like somebody who can write me a meal plan and like tell me exactly what to eat. But this particular nutritionist that I'm working with doesn't exactly do that, but she gives me like the foundations and the building blocks, But she's basically, without getting like too much into it, she is helping me increase my protein and also make the meals and the snacks that I'm eating more filling and like basically add to what I'm already eating. So my current plan right now is having protein, produce, and a carbohydrate with every meal or snack and just trying to see how that goes and then like go from there. So I'm working on, like, she's helping me through like the PCOS part of all of it and everything. So yeah, I would say it's going pretty well. We're still in the very early stages though, so we'll see how it goes. Are you excited for hot Arizona summer? I will be so out of here. I will not be living through another Arizona summer. It's not gonna happen. Are you going to continue to exercise daily after your 30-day challenge? Yes, actually, today is day 32 or 33 and I'm still going strong. So I did a Pilates workout this morning. It was very challenging. I've been doing the same Pilates workout pretty much. I think this is my third time doing it and like it's somehow harder every time, but I'm still gonna keep doing it until it gets easier. What's your favorite TV show at the moment? It has to be Severance. We're so into Severance at the moment. And also the Scamanda docuseries finally came out. We've been waiting for like over a year. But if you haven't heard me talking about it when I listened to the podcast like last year, it's a podcast about a woman who faked having cancer and got a lot of money for it. And it's truly mind-blowing. And now they've turned the podcast into a docuseries. As of the time I'm filming this, I think the second episode comes out today. So I will update soon. They've missed out on a lot of stuff in the first episode of the TV show, but they obviously can't delve as deep as they do into the podcast. But so far it's good. I'm very curious to see how much they show and what they say. But yeah, those two are probably my favorite. And then we're watching Love Island UK All-Stars every day. Well, most days, I guess, but we're doing it like while we're doing a puzzle in the background and like it's getting a little stale. We don't really care about any of the contestants or their relationships, but it's also just like something to watch, so probably those three. next question says, something more lighthearted. What's your favorite girl dinner? Thanks for comforting us. Thank you for comforting me during these times as well. Like, you guys are a huge source of joy as well. But my favorite girl dinner, if we're being so honest, like if I'm not in the mood to cook butter noodles, because that is just by default like what I will go for. If I don't even want to cook butter noodles, I'm talking like desperate times, ultimate girl dinner, I'm gonna say either like some cheese and crackers and then like some grapes or something, or even like a cheesy roll up, which is essentially literally a tortilla with cheese and you put it in the microwave. Like, I've been eating those since I was a kid. Or like microwave nachos. I'm not above that. I'm not. Is it a delicacy? No, absolutely not. But it's nostalgic and it's comforting. So truly, like, if I don't know what to do, that's usually what I'm going for. And that's like the first thing I could think of. And then I'm obviously having that with a caffeine-free Diet Coke. And yeah, that's pretty much my girl dinner of choice. I also love chocolate rice cakes with peanut butter. So a lot of times I'll just have like a meat stick, some chocolate rice cakes with peanut butter, some carrots and hummus or something, and I'm chilling. A charcuterie board is like a fancy girl dinner in my mind. Any kind of like chips and dip situation, dream girl dinner for me. Just kind of depends. I would be so curious to know what all of your girl dinners are. If you aren't familiar, it was like a trend that kind of went around where it's like when you're by yourself and you're just not in the mood to like cook a full meal and you're just throwing a few things together and you're calling it girl dinner. I would love to know what yours are because I want inspo, and also it's just fascinating to learn about, you know. Any new tattoo plans? Love your videos. They bring me so much comfort during these times. Thank you so much. You guys are so sweet. I really mean that. You guys are the best. Okay, so future tattoo plans. I think right now I have like 7. Actually, I don't know how many I have right now. Wait, maybe I have like 5. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just kidding, I do have 7. And as far as like my future plans, I kind of like took a pause just because 2024 was a wild ride. So I think my last one I got was this one. Alexa and I got like Valentine's Day tattoos together last year. So it's been almost a year since I've gotten a tattoo, which is crazy. But I do have lots more that I want, and everyone has different, you know, opinions on tattoos, different beliefs on like if it has to have meaning or not or whatever. All of mine have like little bits of meaning. There's like slight significance, like this one's for Layla, this one's for Layla, this one is my trip to London with Alexa and Jasmine, this one's for my dad. I have a matching tattoo on my foot with my high school best friend. This one is for little me, this one's for my grandparents, you know, type of thing. So they all have like slight meaning, even though some of them are like flash tattoos. I've just kind of like assigned meaning to them. But I will say my next tattoo is probably gonna be a ladybug. Like if I was just like out and someone was like, let's go get tattoos, I would probably get a ladybug. It was the name of my horse that I had as a child. She was like my family's, but like truly one of the loves of my life. Like it was Ladybug before it was Layla, and she was just like the most, she was like Layla in horse form. Like sometimes I was like, were they the same? I don't know how much of that I believe in, but truly like one of the loves of my life. I have like probably 5 or 6 more that I want to get, but we'll see. We'll see when I get around to it. I'm not doing a very good job of curling my hair and answering these questions, so let me finish this and then we will answer a couple questions before I film. All right, I threw on a little necklace. This is my initial necklace. I think I got this on like Amazon or something, so it has a little C on it. Threw in some gold hoops and we're ready to go, so let's film. Okay, we're gonna pretend that this mess behind me, actually you can't really see it that much, but we're gonna pretend it's not there because that's none of my business. That's what I'm filming and I will deal with that later. Okay, a few more questions. My friend Alex Cameron, who lives in England, said, shall we do a Scottish road trip at some point? Yes. There's nothing I've ever wanted more in my life. So you just let me know when. I will be there. We will make it happen. Absolutely yes. Are you taking any supplements for PCOS and what's working for you? I'm not currently taking any supplements. I have tummy issues as it is. So everything that I've looked into, like berberine, metformin, myo, and inositol, all of those different ones, all have like GI side effects. And I already struggle with GI issues so much from my SIBO that I'm not willing to put up with like taking it for 6 to 12 months and like having all of these horrible side effects with your GI issues just to see if it even works for you. Because I know for some people, supplements for PCOS like completely changes their life, and for other people they didn't really notice much of a difference, and then they just had like kind of gnarly side effects. So I'm for right now, if things get worse, obviously like I will do whatever it takes, but for right now I'm kind of more focusing on the diet aspect to try to get my PCOS symptoms under control. But that's also difficult because, you know, I'm a human, and also I struggle with like binge eating and that kind of stuff. So as of right now, I'm trying to have as much of a balanced take on it as possible, but just like trying to manage it with my diet as well as I possibly can in the moment. But I would say like incorporating more low impact workouts has helped. I think I was doing a little too much high impact stuff. And yeah, just like being mindful and working with my nutritionist on what I'm eating. But also, like, I had in and out in the last vlog. Like, I'm still enjoying, but just much more of a balanced kind of thing. What kind of extensions did you get? I got what I think are hand-tied extensions. I thought they were something different. I thought they called them like micro wefts or something like that, but it's literally just hand-tied. So I have 2 rows of hand-tied extensions. So I have like these little kind of bead thingies, and then they like put the weft on top of it and then sew it into the beads, if that makes sense. So I think it's called hand-tied extensions. And I got a couple other questions, like I want to know everything. And so far, I think tomorrow will be 4 weeks that I've had them. I do feel them like getting looser now because my hair is growing out more. But apart from having just a sensitive scalp in general, which I mentioned, I think in like the last vlog or the one before it, besides having like a sensitive scalp and just like wanting to rip them out sometimes, like I think because of my SIBO and just like other things in my life, my hormones, I have like an itchier scalp than the average person. And so when I can't just immediately get in there, like I have to be kind of mindful or else I'm gonna like pull on my hair type of thing. It can drive me crazy and I want to rip them out. So it just kind of depends, I guess. They are very expensive. They're less expensive to like get moved up and all that kind of stuff than it is to just like initially purchase the hair. But like, I really love the way my hair looks. Like it looks so good. So I don't know, my hair looked beautiful before. I'm not saying that my hair only looks good with them, but man, I mean, my hair has never looked better. Let's be honest. It's because it's fake. But also I think because my hair, I've been struggling with my hair over the last few years. I think it has something to do with my hormones is what I've gathered. Like I've been to the dermatologist. There's nothing going on with like my skin that's of concern, but I just have this like really itchy scalp like most of the time. I'm on all of the shampoos, I've done all of the things, but it's just something that I live with. And I think that that has to do with like how my hair texture has changed a little bit, and like my hair used to be a lot thicker and fuller and it's not as much anymore. So I feel like this just gives me that little extra boost of confidence, but I could totally live without them as well. And like there's a possibility that when it comes time to, you know, take these out and move them up, that I'll probably just like take them out for a little while. I don't really know. I haven't decided yet, but we'll see. But so far, I mean, I'm halfway through the amount of time that you wear them, and I am enjoying the way they look quite a bit. Obviously, extensions aren't for everyone. Use your own discretion, but they're for funsies, and I'm enjoying them. Back again, inquiring about another SIBO update. I'm still struggling mentally. Same. It is the most frustrating thing in the entire world to have your stomach so swollen that you look 6 months pregnant. There are a lot of planes going over at the moment. Sorry if you can hear that. But it's so deeply frustrating to feel like you've tried everything and done everything and just nothing seems to be working. And I went through the like really kind of grueling process of the antibiotics, and it just made me really sick, to be honest. And then it didn't do anything afterwards. And so really what I'm trying to do right now is just manage it with diet. But it's hard because certain things are in conflict with other things. So yeah, I'm working with my nutritionist and I'm just trying to figure it out. But I am sending you so much love because SIBO is like one of the most frustrating things I have ever dealt with in my life. What re-recorded song on Reputation Taylor's version are you most excited to hear? Oh my God. It's gonna have to be I Did Something Bad. Like I'm so curious to see if it's gonna sound different. I mean, more than anything, I'm excited for the vault tracks. Like I just need to know what she wrote for that album that didn't somehow make it on the album. I'm so terrified for those vault tracks. Like they're, I think, gonna be all of my new favorite songs. I What else do I really want to hear re-recorded? I'll be curious to see if she records an acoustic version of Dancing with Our Hands Tied, because I know like we all loved it from Rep Tour so much. So that'll be really interesting to see if she does. And then Call It What You Want is like one of my favorites. It's just like, it came out around the time that Drew and I started dating, and it's just such a like heartfelt, meaningful song for me. So I'll be really curious to see what the new one sounds like. But I feel the most nervous about this one because it's like the most recent of the re-records. And I mean, I know it came out, God, at this point, 8 years ago almost, 7 years ago, but I'm still nervous about it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Ready For It would be cool. Basically just all the songs. Okay, anyways, let's get to filming. We'll check in later. All right, it doesn't look like it, but it's actually a few hours later. I just finished filming my second video of the day for my main channel, and I thought we would answer a few more questions. So let's see what you guys want to know. Someone asked, what did you do for work prior to YouTube? Do you think you will have a different career one day? I think I've talked about this before. I mean, I definitely talked about it in like story time videos in the past, but I actually used to be a waitress, a server, for like 10 years, I want to say. I've also worked, like when I was a teenager in high school, I worked in the concession stands at an outdoor pool at the YMCA. I worked as a cashier at Whole Foods from like, well, it was Wild Oats back then, from like my sophomore year to my senior year of high school. I worked as a hostess at a restaurant, and then I like kind of upgraded to a server slash bartender some other places, and I did that for like 10 years. And then in between, I had a couple of random jobs. I had a couple desk jobs. Like one of them was working at like a printing company. It was kind of like the Office vibes, but like not nice people that worked there. And I ended up getting laid off after only working there for like a few months. They just like cut the receptionist position. And then I worked as a kind of like glorified envelope stuffer at the job where I actually met Drew. So Drew and I met at a job, working together. We were like in orientation together and worked together at this job in 2009 is when we met. And so we worked for like a financial institution, and we essentially, yeah, we just like stuffed envelopes at the time because we were like bottom of the barrel, like 20-year-old employees. And yeah, that's pretty much it, I think. I mean, I did like some nannying. I did a full-time nannying job for like a summer one year. They were 8-month-old twins when I started, and boy, let me tell you, that was hard work. And yeah, that's what I did for work before YouTube. I would get ready for my serving shifts, and then I would like film a quick little storytime video, and then I would go to work, and then I would come home and edit it, and then I would post it on the internet like that day or the next day, and then I would do it all over again. So would I have a different career someday? I mean, there are times where I feel like this career is a lot for me, like mentally, personally, emotionally, etc. It's just not normal to have that many opinions thrown at you about you and like the way you talk and the way you act in your body and every little thing. But also, like, I love this job so much. I just love what it has given me. I love the community we've created. I love interacting with you guys. I love making those connections and just like finding your people type of thing on the internet, you know? So I don't know if I would have another career. I mean, maybe if like YouTube didn't exist someday. And I've talked about this before, maybe I would work on like the brand side of things or become like an editor or something like that. But for right now, I'm very happy with where I'm at. How do you manage your days working from home, and what kind of schedule do you have set for yourself? So this chair is squeaking and it's making me twitch, but that's okay. I feel really fortunate that I can set my own schedule and I kind of can do whatever, but I would say typically my schedule consists of waking up. I mean, I wake up around any time between like 5:30 and 6:30, and then I start my workouts around 6:30, 6:45, and then I shower, get ready. I either, depending on the day, I'm filming a vlog or a main channel video or 2 main channel videos or both. And then I have certain days set aside for when I send footage to my editor, and then she also sends that back like same day. And then I have to review that footage, either send her edits, pay the invoice, upload the video, make the thumbnail, etc. So I do that twice a week. And then other days I'm editing and scheduling and uploading my own vlogs. So I have a total of 4 videos a week that are going up. currently, which is a lot. Then other times I have like random meetings. I'll have meetings with my accountant, my financial planner, things like that. I also have a YouTube partner manager that I work with sometimes who works at YouTube, who is just like a great point of contact to have if you ever have any like questions about anything, or they kind of help you with like strategizing your content, really looking into like the back end of things, you know, stuff like that, which is great. Then I will have times set aside for like content planning. So sometimes I'll plan my videos like 2 months in advance. Sometimes things will come up last minute. A lot of times I will have to go out of the house for filming, so I'll like try to schedule that on certain days where like, okay, like Savers has 50% off on Monday, so like I'll go to Savers on Monday, or you know, whatever it is. So it's just kind of like different every day, but also there's a kind of a through line of like similarity, I guess. So I don't really have much of like a set schedule. I do try to eat lunch every day with Drew at 1 o'clock, but a lot of times that doesn't work out because I don't know, I'm running late filming something, or I've had a snack and I'm not hungry, or whatever it is. I used to work nights and weekends all the time. I would be checking comments when I was watching TV at night. I would be scheduling and uploading stuff when I was supposed to be like winding down for the evening, laying in bed, whatever. And I've set a lot more boundaries with that. So I will now kind of like really close my laptop and shut off for the weekends, unless I'm like vlogging or something, which is working, but it's a little bit different. So I'm just trying to have like more boundaries and stuff, but it's all just a game of kind of moving and tweaking things around and seeing what works. But yeah, that's kind of like a really long-winded answer of my very loose but also kind of similar schedule that I have for my job. So anyways, I think that's actually gonna do it for today's vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed this fun little hangout with me for the day and chit chat and answer questions together thing. This was actually really nice because I got to go about my day and do all of my work things that I needed to do, but take you along with me. So if you want to see more of these, let me know. I would love to do them for you. And if you have any questions that I didn't answer, maybe leave them in a comment. Maybe I'll answer a few in the comments. But yeah, I appreciate you guys being here so much. Thanks so much for watching these vlogs and just taking any interest in my life whatsoever. It truly means the world. And we will be back very soon with another normal scheduled vlog, but I hope we feel caught up, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next vlog.